G'day viewers, well, just glue on the terminal cover back together on this demand ammeter because a bloody speaker fell on it, hit this demand ammeter because it was sitting upside down and covered up, and this was exposed and the speaker landed on this and smashed this up to pieces. Bugger! That was the only thing that got majorly damaged. See, I had these stacked up here, and it fell in here initially, and they fell out of this box and went here and hit that demand ammeter and smashed this modern Warburton Frankie time switch cover. But I've got heaps of those to replace it with. I've got heaps of replacements of that one. Nothing else got damaged. The worst, this copped the brunt of it. This itself's okay, didn't damage anything else thankfully. So I'm gonna have to re-glue the rest of this back together. Bugger! Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a metering wall. Yeah, lesson learnt. I'm gonna have to find a good metering wall somewhere, I reckon, or a nicer, safer spot to put this stuff. I'll glue that back there. I'll just be left with a small hole underneath it. So I have got all the pieces. I just be able to seal all these back together. Good old cyanoacrylate based adhesive super glue. It's good stuff on Bakelite. So yeah. I can just put a bit of super glue on that right now as it sits, and that'll fix it. There's another bit somewhere, bit there, I think. Where's that go? Goes in there. Alright. I'll glue that bit there back down and we're done. Bugger! Man, am I pissed off, I tell you. This one here is for MacMan. He wanted to know how to hook a ballast up. Well, basically what you do, 2 power ports in series. So I've got my active coming in, goes into my load power point, active out, back through your load you want to plug in, so you plug your mine into that, and MOT's your load, and through this neutral, goes in through this neutral, out this active, in series, and goes through this through here through the ballast, and back down through the neutral line. So you got a neutral on this power point, and active, the main active on this one, and the main neutral on that one. And your active on this one, and your neutral on this one, goes through this whatever you want to plug in there as a ballast. So whether it be a hot water service heating element, that's 15 amp, 3.7 kilowatt, 4.8 kilowatt, 40 amps. So I've got a selection of ballasts, mainly resistive ballasts. You can use whatever you want as a ballast. It's a main jig of your poker unit like Wayne Boombox Deluxe made. Quite simple to make. Use whatever you want as a ballast, whether you want to plug one of those into it, 400 watts, plug a vacuum cleaner into it, a motor. I initially just started with a 10 amp bar heater, and that works good, so you have 10 amps, 15 amps and 20 amp ballast, whatever you want. Quite ideal and fun. So just 2 power points hooked up together in series. That's all my ballasting is for my MOTs. Quite simple. Works quite well, that setup. I was also watching this TV. Oh, they're going to fix this up too, damn it. Yeah, the iron trick works, but it comes off again after a while, unfortunately. I'm not happy about that. I was watching this national TV and it was picture's bloody good, and I was tuning it, and all of a sudden something in the tuner circuit started playing up, and now I got no brightness, whatsoever. None of the controls work. The AFC doesn't work, and no matter what I do on here, just no brightness at all. And I could press this in and that works okay, so that proves the tube's still good. Because initially I thought, oh, the bloody tube went, oh boy, I wasn't happy. But that still works, so that it's nice and bright, so it's not the tube. The colours and all the 3 colours are still there, very dull, very, very dull. The brightness is completely dead. Because I was tuning it when it happened, so I might have to check the tuning circuit out. There might be a bit of dust or something somewhere, or a dry joint. As it was a garden, you know, I showed the video when I first opened this thing up how dirty it was, so hopefully it's not too hard to fix. Anyway, I'll plug it in and show you what it does. This thing was hooked up to my computer as well. I had watching some videos and stuff through this TV and it was looking pretty good. Nothing tuned into it because I turned the modulator and everything off, put it away. There's no picture, but that works quite well. That works as good as it used to, as it always did. But no picture. I hope it's not the bloody tube. Judging by the way this is going, I don't think it is. I don't think it's a tube though, because even though the green gun works good, but all the other colours are working quite well as well, because I had a picture on it. There just wasn't any brightness to it. Because I was just tuning this around, tuning it, because I had number 1 tuned in, had some other carrier frequencies interfering on all the other channels as well from the modulator, and I was just experimenting. I had audio on that one, and had a bit of holding that down. This tuner was the indicator here was actually modulating to the audio, because only the audio carrier was getting on the next channel spacing, next frequency. That was looking quite cool. But yeah, now they it's the video signal's not getting in through properly, so I think it's doing a similar thing this is doing, so I think I'm gonna have to troubleshoot the tuner. I damn hope it's not the tube though. I don't think it is. Yeah. I don't think it's a tube, I hope not. It's to do with a tuner, gotta be. Because I was mucking around with that when it happened. Because I left it alone, I watched it for a while and it was, yeah, bloody good. Then I started see what other interference I can get from the modulator and all the other channels I got. And that's when it happened, so I'm going to have to do some tuner troubleshooting in that. Look at the tuner circuit. Do some careful looking, because there is I know some of the Panasonic capacitors had problems with the heat shrink label would shrink on them, and they weren't vented. That some of the capacitors in there might have gone a bit dried out. So we'll start with that. I'll check switches, dry joints, sockets, things like that first, and move on to the other components. Anyway, bloody pissed off at this, I tell you. Yeah, lesson learned. I should have known better, but luckily that's what I got damaged, so yeah, I'll find a better place to store these speakers, because I just had these on the Lepi. They sounded really nice, but the best of the best of the best of the lot is the Celestians. They are absolutely beautiful sounding speakers, despite being pre-hi-fi era. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.